Nice high backhand hanging for Savelieva, but out of reach for the defense.
Yeah, that's a leader kind of throw, the high release backhand all the way across the field. They break mark indeed. And, yeah, a break mark for a break point, the first break of the game. And that came off at a neat turnover. She was feeling it after the first one, perhaps, and went for a little bit too much.
Maybe, yeah.
In the second point of the game.
Yeah, likely.
Third.
Yes.
Second offensive, my bad.
Mm-hmm. Now, Hyperfleet have another chance for an offense. Krumina picked up to Racina, and then an upline to Ozolina, and back to Krumina for a pick. Not a point, a pick. That was a pick call. Pick called early in the point. Somebody was a little bit too free. Yeah. So some catching up. Elena Orlovska catching up to Krumina, but I think that option is now well and truly closed. So Ozolina instead decides to go back to Racina, who throws it to the local pickup, Donlaita. Back to Krumina. Racina upline to Krumina, and ooh, nice. Good grab, good bit by Ozolina there for the point. She's not shy to throw her body around to dig out these discs.
No, Ozolina, we got used to seeing that out of her yesterday. She's doing more of the same, hitting the ground hard, flopping around. You know, they had to grind their way down into that end zone that time. They got it. They're tied up. They're playing from behind already, but they're putting their defense back out on the field. That's the most important part.
But just a little bit behind, yeah, like you said, one break, because they won their first offense, no halftime in these games, and they might want that break back if they would want to win the game in the universe. Yeah, but that will come later. For now, it's Mikulica to Savelieva for a quick point. Yeah, Salaspils are working pretty efficient, like a well-oiled machine they are.
Yeah, offensively speaking, they're doing it with just a bit more ease right now. That should play to their favor as the game goes on, as should having a deeper roster over the course of yesterday. Should work into their favor, but you never know. Sometimes the short rosters can come together, particularly on Sunday mornings sometimes.
That's true. That is very true. This time, Hyperflick starting on the... Ooh, that was very, very close to being defended, but well held on by Racina, who swung it to Ozolina. Oh, she's looking for her option, and another defense by Buldura for Salaspils. And it looks like Buldura going to score another point, so double happiness for her from Dudina. A defense and a point.
Yeah, Buldure last night was doing practice laps on this very pitch, just training only, running down, laying out, even in the evening. So her certainty that they're going to be winning this championship even stronger after she gets a run through D and then keeps going to bookend it.
Yep, absolutely. Yes, she was laying out in a not ultimate jersey on that sand in the darkness without light, but who needs it when you have a disc in sand? Hyperflick back on offense. This time a lot more effective. Maybe a little bit of pressure there, but not a problem for Lazdane, and a nice put from Lapnice into the end zone. Nice arcing blade.
Yeah, good response. Hyperflick staying in it, not letting their offense slow down at all. Blade to finish. Lazdane, strong receiver. Big receiving box.
Yeah, good
able
hand.
To space out, but that time just ran towards the far corner.
Ozolina on the pulling duties. That was considered to be called break, and it's going to be, yeah. maybe didn't look as high for me as it could have been, but doesn't really matter. So Orlovska swing it to Saveliova, who finds Kublitska alone. And Dudinya, another blade to Saveliova. This connection is working pretty well for the two of them. They seem to know where each of them is going and where each of them is throwing.
Yeah, the defender there just couldn't get up quite as high. Savelyeva had better, the disc was well put to Savelyeva, but the defender did have a step inside and had position, but was not able to get up off her feet too high.
It can be a bit tricky with this sand monster grabbing on your feet. Oy! It was a bit of a interesting decision, let's put it this way, but maybe a high stall count pressure and needed to get something off, something quick into the end zone. This is a much easier reception from Samiete to Buldure for another break. So I think Salaspils is now 3 breaks up. Starting to get a bit of a run on Hyperflick.
Yeah, the Buldure and Kublitska, if you watch them on opposite lines, they're able to get one matchup badly exposed almost every time and win their speed battles. And that's driving their offense both ways, whether it's on the break, for the break, or their attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's generating a lot of space for them as well and ease of movement. This time, Ozolinia, once again, doing it in the end zone. Was there a call? No, there was no call. Nice point, good catch. Beautiful hammer as well, so no wind. Hammers are a weapon of choice, quite open, without any wind. It's not flustering them as much.
Hammers and blades, a nice weapon kit for the indoor season.
Absolutely, well, not the metal ones, just the plastic ones.
So, well, we need to see step up here. We got to find a way to get Elina Krumina involved in the game. She did yesterday, and they looked stronger. See if she can get herself impacted. She's got a big job.
It's true, but this time the blade side to side into the end zone. Once again, Mikulica and Buldure. Buldure is doing the work during this game. Yeah, she's feeling pretty good despite staying quite late at the party. But yeah, she's ready. She's ready to play. We're back in play. Salaspils pulling to Hyperflick. Krumina and Dracina are getting us started. Now Lapnice. Back to Krumina. Sure. Oh, and that's a hand block from Saveliova. Unfortunate. And quick dish from Dudina to Arste for another quick break. Very unfortunate for Krumina there. But yeah, well done by Saveliova with the awareness and seeing where the thrower wants to throw.
Curse of the commentator there. I said Krumina's got to get involved. She tries to and gets hand blocked there. But Salaspils is really all over them on so many of the matchups. Savelyeva won that matchup there and got the hand block. Quickly put into the corner. Salaspils all over, coming out on top. They woke up ready to play on Sunday morning.
Yeah, and unsurprising that Hyperflick is calling a timeout. They're getting some advice from a fellow, some friends from Latvia, from Ogre, from Nauris Jasukevich, who is giving them some advice on the sideline. Unsurprising, they probably need a little bit of a breather, a little bit of more understanding on what's going on and how can they contain these Salaspils ladies and try to get some breaks on them. Talking about today, we've got a lot of exciting games for you. We've got quarterfinals, we got semifinals, we've got the finals as well on the men's division. Is Vorai 1 gonna play Vorai 2 in the finals in the men's division? Possibly.
Open division,
sorry. Possibly. That could be an interesting prospect.
I don't see it happening.
No?
No. Vorai 2 played well yesterday. They got a good spot. But I can't see them knocking off everybody in their way. We'll see.
We'll see, of course.
But I think some of the visiting teams are going to step in their way.
It is likely, yes. That could be some exciting matchups there. But we are back. We are at the women's division at the moment, where we see Hyperflick moving their disc pretty well around. Lazdane getting a bit of a knock from Dudinje, but that is okay. Like, she holds on to her disc. Teracina and to Ozolinje. This connection is working well quite often for this team. These two know each other pretty well.
Yeah, big connection, hitting that far corner, front cone, and another laser to find her there from Ratsina up that sideline. She's not hesitant to fire away when she sees something that she likes, and she seems to like Ozolina more than most others.
Yeah, very, very often I see that connection when at the trainings and when playing in Latvia, so unsurprising there. This time, Salaspils is playing their offense. Great grab by Samiete. Swings it to Orlovska, and another arcing, bladey forehand to Buldure. I think Buldure scored like 4 or 5 points this game.
There were a lot of open options there. Again, the longer this game goes, the more advantage Salaspils seems to have. They're winning a lot of these races. There was multiple options to see who would catch that score, and the 2 throws before it, there were multiple options. So they're choosing well. They're playing unselfish. They're finding the first open option, but there are lots of open options. 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
What a way to make a living indeed. Well, we are starting at 10 today, so 10 in the morning, which is quite nice. A lot nicer for us.
We've got a drone pilot flying in here.
I hope it's not going to get knocked by a pull going awry, or that scuba knocked away by Orlovska, stepping in front of it and being better positioned than Lazdane. Salaspils, a chance to break. Nikolica with a disc on the far sideline, surveying her options, probably want to find something open, and Arste is very open in that end zone, catching another break and getting us to 10-5. That sounds more like today. today's schedule.
10-5.
10-5.
Ah, yes. That is like today's schedule of events. Yeah, Salaspils doing it again there. Nice hammer for the goal, but another break, another error that was slapped straight back at him and made him pay. Hyperflick got to find ways to have their offense convert with more regularity. That is their first job. They've received enough pulls now, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. This particular one is bricked by Krumina. Once again, indoor rules, despite the fact that we're playing on a beach, but still indoor, so indoor rules of the pool. A bit of a knock to Ratina, getting hanging onto this disc despite some contact from Savieleva, but looks like, yes, they've exchanged some words, but all smiles on the field. No harm done, but yeah, it looked like a bit more physical this point. Sometimes it's alright, sometimes, I don't know. I generally prefer to play without any contact. Regardless, great scuba by Arste to to Buldure there in the back corner.
Buldare breaking away again, all sorts of speed. Arste has to have a little bit of a crafty throw to see that break. But as soon as she could cross the flat mark, she could have gone an around forehand. But of course, when you've got those fancy scoobers, you don't have to adjust your pivot step and just go over the shoulder and find the break side like that.
And they also look better, fluttering in the air. Back on offense for Hyperflick. Lapnica to Ratina. Great blade over the top of everyone and only to her receiver, who finds it pretty well. Catches another offensive point, another hold. I think there were no breaks by Hyperflick yet.
Yeah, Hyperflick, they knew I wanted a Slurpee. They helped me out, scored that goal, made it 7-11. There's a whole bunch of things I could use to get this morning running on all cylinders here, but for now, this wonderful ultimate is surely helping.
Yep, absolutely. Another blade. Good communication between the two players in the end zone, between Mikulica and Buldure. Buldure had, I think, a better angle and a better vision on the disc, and Mikulica kind of needed to dodge the disc.
Yeah, Buldure was calling it from behind, mine, but out of position, but definitely had a better line on the disc. She could have, as she did, just attack it with her chest and catching it inside. Otherwise, it would have been an overhead catch. If it was Mikulica, she would have had to go off balance, maybe throw the arms up. So good communication.
Yeah, absolutely. From behind her back as well. I don't think that she even seen that disc, Mikulica. Hyperflick though on an attack. Ratina to Krumina. There we go. She's getting involved in the end zone, wide open. Nice pass.
Yeah, Krumina needed to get her imprint on this game. Is it too late? Well, backed up 12-8. It's seemingly running out of time, but we'll see how it plays out.
It is a game point. It was a game point in the previous one as well. We haven't even realized it. Oh. We have a going theme going on here about the game points. Tell us in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that it's a game point regardless if you receive on that point, or do you have to receive the disc to make it a game point? But we're back with Salaspils probably wanting to just finish this game, and that they do. Kublitska to Arste for the last point of the game, 13-8. Quick match. That means we're going to have a little bit of a break. You can get a break, you can get a coffee, you can get a tea, or whatever you prefer.
Sounds good. We'll see you back very soon. Salaspils, no surprise, but on their way to the finals later today.
Yeah, and Hyperflick going to play for the third place later in the day. We'll see you in a few minutes. I've been Dmitry Doroshenko, joined by